I start the day with eggs. I just make myself a nice set of eggs and then a nice cup of coffee afterwards. Get the juices flowing. Come down to the print shop, meet with Shane, and kind of get ready for the day. How we're gonna tackle printing a variety of designs and what we're gonna work on. Kind of pick our battles and put our head down and go full force. And usually end the day with a nice little creative session at home with peace and quiet, and do it all over again the next day. I think I've always been creative in some way, shape, or form. I didn't grow up in an extremely creative environment. My mom always pushed me. She's a bit of an artist herself, and so I think just seeing her create things, I was naturally led in the same direction. And then over time, I always kind of realized that when I was sitting in school, probably should be paying attention to the teacher, but I couldn't help myself. All I wanted to do was draw all day long. As a matter of fact, I still have notebooks full of old drawings and sketches. And really, I always tried to go down a pretty normal path, but creativity kept pulling me in a different direction. And so I think I've always realized that can't say I ever really had a choice. It just kind of found me throughout my life. I originally went to school and got a business degree, did the whole business thing for a while. But after I graduated and I was working for a company and found myself getting pulled further and further into the creative marketing of the company and less into the raw business accounting things. So I constantly kept pushing for more graphic type stuff to be done, and eventually taught myself how to do Photoshop and Illustrator and a lot of the programs. And then over time realized that it was the direction I wanted to go. I went back to school, spent some time in Chicago, and just kind of blossomed from there. Traveling's opened my eyes in more ways than one. For about 2 years, I kind of became nomadic and spent some time all around the world and in some shanty towns and some very interesting places with some amazing people. And from that, kind of coming back to the States, it's really shifted my perspective on things I want to focus on. And my beliefs a little bit too have kind of changed with that, which I think overflows into my art and my creativity. And I use a lot of that to draw from and to pull from. Extremely fascinated with different cultures and different ways that people live their lives based off of their environments that they grow up in. From that, I don't know, art just kind of comes to me from all that, and it's really my fascination with all that I get to communicate through a visual medium. While I was traveling, I always just carried a little backpack, and it had about 2 pairs of pants and about 19 t-shirts, and that's basically what I wore for about a year or two, just trying to live as minimalistically as possible. And through all that, I had some graphic t-shirts and t-shirts with different drawings and designs on them, and I kind of became fascinated with this communicating a message with the clothing that you wear, but not an over loud, over the top message, more of a simplistic undertones of design and art, really. And so through that, I decided I want to start a t-shirt company, and as I was traveling, I was thinking of ideas and what to call it, and kept hearing, get your taxi at the curbside, wait for the bus at the curbside. Everything kind of kept referring to this curbside, and I always found myself meeting very interesting people while taking the journey from place to place and waiting for transportation or sitting and having a coffee or a beer. It always led me back to the curbside. It always seemed to be my fascination with the culture and the society that developed in these countries. Really just continuing to do the art that I want to do and express what I want to express, but a lot of recycled materials, a lot of screen printing, a lot of painting, a lot of geometry mixed with organic shapes. But yeah, looking forward to what's to come, and really excited about where we've come from, so ready for the next chapter.